As a woman, you might have to be scared a little bit. Dipped my whole chip in there and I almost died. I'm smart, but not in that way. It was involved in the hobbyist production. AI is a soul-crushing engine that is going to turn us all into machines. You can use the internet to watch porn all the time.
Hi everyone, welcome to JokeUp podcast. Today's guest is Christine.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
It's fun to be here. Thanks for having me.
Christine, I know you. Okay, you're my friend and I know a lot about you, but I want you to introduce yourself.
No problem.
Who is Christine?
So, Christine Po is the name that I use for JokeUp. I teach English, mostly translation, interpretation, all that kind of stuff. That's my main job to, pay my bills with. And then secondly, and I think I have done that way longer than teaching English or teaching language, which is I am a freelance artist. I've been drawing ever since primary school and I never stopped. So I've done different kinds of art. I do digital art. I do traditional art, acrylic painting, most of them. I did murals, which is wall painting as well. I did some of those places. I did maybe 2-3 locations in Guangzhou and one location in Mexico. That's where I used to live before I came back to China in 2019. And apparently I am part of JokeUp right now. So I'm also a stand-up comedian.
Thank you. Glad to have you as part of JokeUp. You said languages. How many languages do you speak?
Well, I speak English, obviously. Mother tongue Chinese. I'm from Chongqing, so I speak Sichuan dialect and survival level of Spanish, I will say.
Cool. That's cool. You've been to Mexico? Like, how long have you been there?
I went there 2016, came back 2019. That's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Wow. How is it? Is it good?
Ooh, it was a trip. I mean, Mexico is really fun. I mean, when people talk about Mexico, they're like, this is a great tourist destination. But living there is a kind of a different story. It's a fun country. It's very, very fun. People are very warm. But at the same time, I mean, making a living there, you're being paid in pesos and you pay in pesos. And if you get out of the country and travel anywhere else is very expensive. And it's fun, but also it's a little bit dangerous. So as a woman, you might have to be scared a little bit, but still, it was a great experience.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
How about the food there?
Oh, the food is great. The food is great. It's
it spicier than Hunan?
Hunan. Oh, it's a different kind of spicy. People have different kinds of spice tolerance. Like, for example, I can't take the hot wings, that kind of spicy. I'm from Chongqing. I eat that numbing kind of spice, like oily, numbing kind of spice. I guess Hunan is kind of similar in that way. And then Mexico is a different thing because they always have all these salsas, right? They have the one that's not spicy at all. Usually it's guacamole. And then they have the typical tomato-based.
They give you options, okay?
Right.
In Hunan, they don't give you options.
They just like, that's it. This is what you're eating.
Take it or leave it.
Oh, yeah. And then the worst one is habanero. Habanero sauce. It's green, too. I thought it was guacamole. So I just dipped my whole chip in there and I almost died. So it was...
What the heck?
It was really spicy. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Oh, you mentioned also like you are an artist and you draw.
Yeah.
Right? I saw your drawing so beautiful. And can you tell us about the drawing part? Like, painting and stuff.
I think I got the urges to draw from my mother because she does draw as well. She's not professional, but still, I got that part in me, and I got my father's genes. That's a different story. And I just started drawing. Find myself drawing in primary school in the classroom when I'm in mathematics class because I kind of hate maths. And I suck at math since the very beginning. And I still suck at math, yeah. And like with really simple additions, I have to use my phone and be like, thank God I have a calculator. What's 20 plus 16? I'll have to, okay, 20 plus 16. I was really bad. But in math, I know. I mean, don't ask any mathematical questions.
But this is like a stereotype that Chinese people are good at math.
I know. And people always ask when I'm in Mexico, they're like, you must be good at math, right? And you look smart. I was like, yeah, I'm smart, but not in that way.
Not that smart.
Yeah, the only number I can answer to you really quickly is my age. But I don't like you asking about my age, so...
Yeah.
So
I'm smart, but not like that smart. Like 16 plus 5. Wow, that's a lot, to calculate.
I know. That's when I started lagging. So I decided to get a sketchbook on. I started drawing. Actually, I had a friend at that time. She also likes drawing. So we had a little competition going on. So how many sketches can you do in a day? Oh, yeah. We were just going at it. Every class that is kind of relaxing, we just go. So usually some of them are like sketches. You look at something and then you sketch it. Most of it are actually creations. So you think about something weird and then you try to put that on paper. And then at the end of the day, she will go like, how many did you draw? I was like, 5. She goes, that sucks. I did 8. And I'll go, yeah, 8, but yours are terribly drawn and mine are high quality. So it's stuff like that we keep going. And from there, I mean, 15 years old, what are you? What was I? Is that senior or junior high? Probably junior high. So junior high, I started with the comic book that I gave you. So I started the first drafts on a really, really shitty scraps of paper. So I was drawing that. I was very proud of it and never shared it. And then I just got it stored away for a long time. And then at 30 years old, after I came back to Mexico, one very random conversation. The person just told me, and he's an artist. Lots of art, by the way. One of the things I really love about Mexico is that it's so art-oriented, music, drawing, any kind of art. And it has a very low threshold for you to be an artist there. So I actually was known more as an artist in Mexico than a teacher. So that they're really forgiving when it comes to choosing that path. So one of the people that I knew, and he's a great friend of mine, he bought a painting that I did. And he is an animator for Hollywood. He does animations. For example, he did the modeling of the helicopter in King Kong movie, and he was involved in Hobbits. He was involved in the Hobbits production. He mentioned, he's like, why don't you? I shared my shitty drawings at 15 years old. I was like, this is my comic. He goes, why don't you turn that into a real comic book? He says, you write short stories and you also draw. Why don't you combine the storytelling with your art style and turn it into something that is a visual, what do you call it? Like a graphic art.
Yeah.
Graphic novel. Yeah.
I've done like storyboarding. Like that's actually a bit similar to drawing. It requires you to draw on everywhere, like every frame or every. You should draw it from a different perspective. Find light, like right lighting and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. That's fun because storyboarding. You also have to think very cinematically. Like, how's the shot gonna look like? What's the main character thinking, doing? How can I use exactly? How can I use the graphic language to get people engaged? So there's a lot of composition and all of that involved lighting. It's just a very comprehensive art. Yeah.
Like I mean now like people see art differently than before, like because of. AI, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
It's a lot of artists, they of course on Instagram, because I follow a lot of artists on Instagram, and when AI came to be and it started to become a threat, you always see people, you actually basically mostly hear 2 kinds of voices. Some of them just became AI artists. They're like, yeah, this is what I do now, and this is my page. This AI art, some of them look great, right? And the other side is like usually traditional artists that made a living with either digital drawing or traditional drawing and all that animators. And they were like, we are against AI. And AI is a soul-crushing engine that is going to turn us all into machines. And then anybody can say a sentence and turn it into art. And we spend months and months working on a painting, and it doesn't even look half as good, right? So there's haters, there's supporters. I think
what's your side?
My perspective is this is not gonna stop. AI is not gonna stop, and it's just gonna keep going. No matter
even better and better.
Maybe even better and better, and no matter if we hate it or like it, it's not gonna stop. It's just the next part of the human evolution or devolution. Doesn't matter which one, but it's gonna be there. So the only practical way to look at it is that we're gonna acknowledge its existence and see what we can do to coexist with it. So my perspective for now, I don't know how it's going to go, but for now is that try to use AI to your advantage without it knowing too much about what you're thinking. So for example, like Photoshop. I don't know how to do Photoshop, but sometimes I had a need to really edit a photo, and I'll just turn on ChatGPT. I'll start talking to him, and I'll be like, hey, I need to do this. This is my interface. Tell me how to do this. Teach me how to do this. And he's really I use he. Yeah, anyways. Well,
you gave him a gender.
Oh, yeah, I gave him a gender. And I even gave him a name. His name is Chad, by the way. So I was like, Chad, this is what I got to do. And teach me how to do it step by step, right? So he's a really good teacher in that way. And do I use AI for my art when I get stuck? So for example, I want to do a painting. I have no idea what perspective I should use it. Should I use the bird's eye view? I'm trying to tell the story. For example, I didn't use it for my comic books because by that time, ChatGPT was not being used yet. Thank God. That was actually drawn all the way.
That's nice.
Using reference pictures. So anyways, so for example, if I'm doing a panel, and I'll be like, I have no idea how, I want to tell the story of this woman being chased by a robber. And she goes into a dark alley and she's very scared and she hides somewhere and the guy is looking for her, right? So this is the story. So how can I make this story look more engaging? There could be so many angles that we could do this, but only a few angles will make this story look engaging and also cinematically attractive, right? And still tell the story effectively. So I'll go, okay, maybe give me some ideas about shots. Because I don't know. This is the story. This is my story and it's my original story. A lady is being chased by a robber. The robber has a gun. She runs into a dark alley. She hides somewhere, hoping that he's not going to find her. But he's looking and he's getting closer, right? So give me some options of how the shots would look much more efficient and cinematic at the same time. Give me some options. So he will give you some options. Some of them are going to be shitty.
We can maybe consider it as an inspiration.
Exactly.
Give me inspiration.
Like an assistant.
Yeah.
Right.
Like instead of, because everybody like artists, you are artists and you know that you use Pinterest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You use Pinterest just to, you don't copy and paste, but actually you look for new ideas maybe to maybe can help you, maybe inspire you, maybe something like that. Yeah. So maybe you can say, is that what you want to say? Like that you use ChatGPT or those AI things, you use them to help you get inspiration?
Exactly.
Right? Maybe also solve some of the problems that you might struggle with, like Photoshop. Like Photoshop as a tool, you need to kind of study it, right?
Right. Exactly.
But as an artist, you already have the vision in your head. So you want just to take that thing in your head and put it on a paper or on a picture or something like that.
Yeah.
So the tool that you need to use to get that, sometimes it requires you a lot of, especially with updates like Photoshop, like sometimes they update it. You don't know where they put this button.
Exactly.
You know, where can I get this?
Oh, yeah.
So is that what you mean? Like first inspiration, second solve the tool problems, right?
Yeah, because the idea is still yours. And he gives you options, right? So for example, he gives you 5 options and you pick the ones that actually could work and then you connect them in your own brain together. It's like, okay, so I like this idea from the first option. I like this idea from the second option. The rest of it is kind of crappy, right? So, and then you use your human brain. You're like, okay, I like this idea. How can I connect this to the next idea? And then how can I execute that on paper? Does he get your initial story? Sure. But again, even if I'm using Pinterest, I have this idea in my head. Okay, this woman is being chased. Now I'm looking for reference photos of woman being chased, right? And I'm looking for different angle photos on Pinterest as well. So I'm doing basically similar things, but I'm spending much more time.
Exactly.
Because instead of him basically clearing it out and simplifying the whole process, you have to extensively go through a lot of stuff. You're basically being the Google. You're doing the research. Exactly. And then you're spending 10 times the time when he could just, okay, and then you go, okay, this, and then I connect it in my brain. I'm not going to tell you what the final step is going to be. That's my department.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So this is how I use it anyways.
Let's say maybe saving you time, like in the beginning of 20s. There were like people, like if you want to search for arts and stuff, like you need to go maybe search on Google, something like that, and you will see a lot of random pictures.
Exactly.
Then you don't actually need.
Right.
And you're just looking for maybe a sunset, like a picture, and you want to get inspired from that. You just want to know how a mountain will look like in that. But you will see like a advertisement. You will see like dog picture. You will see some random things that
especially now. Yeah.
But now when you search, it gets a bit closer and closer to what you need.
Yeah.
So maybe we can say maybe AI is doing it maybe even closer.
Right. Faster.
By giving you faster and giving you like closer results to what you search.
Right. Also, that reminds me of something. Like people are worried about stealing, right? They're worried about copying and stealing. I think stealing and copying is a mindset that is already decided by the artist before he even started. So what I mean is that if you're a stealer, if you're an art thief, you are going to steal using AI or not. Because there are a lot of people that only use Pinterest or other people's Instagram art as inspiration. And then they basically use the same thing and they just changed it to his character. So that's not stealing. But still, if the artist has that mindset, it's already set. He's going to find a way to steal. If an artist is just looking to be inspired, even if he has AI, he's not going to steal. I think the intention also of the artist.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And what do you think about these people who just, how to say, they literally like use AI, as you said, like this is my content. Like I know how to write prompts. Like, what do you think about this type of?
So the complete AI artist. So using language to create videos or images. I was talking to another artist just the other day. I went to his bar. He has a bar right now, and he used to be he's a great photographer to begin with. So he is an artist first, and then an AI artist later. Right. So I was talking to him. This is a very, very deciding moment because I was telling him exactly what I thought to you just now. And he's like, you know what? I agree with the part that AI is not going anywhere and you got to coexist with it. And number two, he says, yes, there's still a difference of somebody who has no artistic training that creates an AI picture and somebody who has artistic training and has the aesthetics. It has the understanding of art. And then you put the prompts down. The prompts are different. And then the adjustments, the tweaks later on are different too. Somebody who's artistically minded, their creation is not going to look the same.
Exactly. I got what you mean. It seems like you want a painting, like oil painting, that very close to some area, like some how to say, some period maybe of time. You want it to be specific, like it looks like a painting, like oil painting. I want to see those, those drops and stuff like that. So as an artist, maybe even when you write, you want to write these details because you know them. Maybe you have done them before. There's people who don't know. They're just like, I want this.
Yes.
As short as possible.
Exactly. So people usually who has no artistic training, they're like, okay, I need to do this PPT today. And the PPT needs to be a woman carrying a baby. Woman carrying a baby, whatever comes out is like, yeah, sure, that'll be it. Right? But
since you mentioned PPT, I use it too. I use PowerPoint sometimes. I make PowerPoints from scratch. So in my PowerPoints, I would really care about the colors. What color? What shades should I use? Do I need like as I don't know if you know this rule, like 60% in designing or something, 60% of main like primary color or something.
Okay.
And there's like 30% and there's 10%. Like there's a rule.
I will show you guys
here.
That kind of stuff.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this decide how your design is gonna look like. Decides how what colors are you putting there. There is a rule that you went and you study maybe and you search and maybe you tried it.
Yeah,
that's how you know. You don't just go like PowerPoint, make it blue. I mean, like, well, what type of blue? You need to be more specific. Sometimes you need to use color picker and pick that color specifically. I want this color.
So you're talking about color balance and
color balance and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Because if you just ask the AI to make a PPT, it looks terrible.
Terrible. Yeah, default one that you just like found on internet, like templates, like just there. Back to art again. Like, as an artist, is it enough that you just make that art, the result, and look at it, everybody, or there is something deeply like connected with that art, with that artwork that you made? How do you feel when you draw? How do you feel? Tell us more about this thing that people don't know.
Okay. I mean, drawing for me is deeply therapeutic and also deeply emotional. So if anyone has ever seen the things that I draw, it doesn't matter if it's a painting or if it's digital painting or the comics even more. Because they are very emotionally charged because that's an outlet. For some, at least for me, that's true. So when I'm drawing like a comic and the character design and how she moves or how the story goes, it goes a lot with the kind of things that I like, the kind of themes that I like. It always has a theme behind it. And the theme is always something that is ultimately positive, even though the images could look scary. So maybe a painting is about self-resilience, or the painting is about how the world is ugly, but you stay still, or how the comic book. I mean, if you turn to the second page, the second cover, it always has the same line. It says, your past does not define your future. And that's the main theme of this whole story that's going on. So there's always something, a story that's going on. There's emotions in there. For me, it's therapeutic because I get into the details. I'm OCD. You already know that.
Yeah.
So I will when I'm drawing, I can't help but get into the details. And you spend hours and hours just doing one part of the drawing, and that calms me down because I am actually I'm OCD, but also at the same time I'm very energetic and also kind of anxious kind of a person. But that process really calms me down. Like a little bit of music, and then I just forget about all the troubles that's out there. So. It's for me, that's cheap therapy. It's like you pay for paint and then you quiet yourself down for a second.
That's right. Right. Like, that's right. And also, maybe we can say that when you give, for example, your artwork to someone and this person just start checking it. Oh, I see this small message, this positive thing in it. I see it. How do you feel when people start seeing those details that they're not so obvious to everybody, but you need to, you need to analyze and realize what's going on there.
Yeah.
Then you will you see it more kind of like deeper than normal people.
Yeah, you see you see an artist's work and you see the artist. It's like if you really look deeper into what this person paints, the subject matter, the style, the things behind, you see the artist. So, for example, if somebody does like psychedelic art, you see that this person is definitely fun. He also understands like the deeper meanings of the human mentality. Or you see somebody who does gore, for example, gore like violent and stuff, and that's the artist behind it. Or somebody who does a lot of landscape. The artist is behind it. Somebody who only does characters and very animated characters, expressions and all that, the artist is behind it. But also it takes a different kind of eye to look at it. So when I give somebody whatever work I do, I also keep an eye on what are the details that they notice, right? So usually people, you'll be like, oh, that's cool, and then they just put it away. Or there are people that goes, oh, that's cool. Oh, this is this. There's that. And you are also sitting there and looking at how they interpret your work.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like a hidden conversation between you and those people. Like it's not everybody is gonna see it. Like, but you confirm this with me. Like, do you think I would get to that level that deeply will be connected to people through art? For example, like you see an artwork made by AI, but when you see it, you was just like, oh. I saw this small thing. Did you mean this? Did you mean that? I mean, will it be the same reaction of people who see the art from AI and from an artist?
That's a very interesting question. Yeah. And actually, the other day I saw a short video, and that was basically putting an AI art and a real animation like back to back, and the video is asking you spot the AI one. And they're exactly the same story, same subject matter, even the same color scheme sometimes. In the comments section, I see a lot of people couldn't make the distinction. So AI is already that good. Yeah. But if you're an artist, I can share you that video. I'm sure you'll do a good job too. I spotted AI in every one of them. I don't know how AI is going to go in the future. If it's backed by a lot of human information, emotionally charged human information, it might learn to understand human emotion and humans' need. And where does emotion come from? It comes from human need. When AI understands human need, and if its learning is really getting into that level, I don't know what's going to happen. But so far from that video, from what I have seen the AI artist, there's something missing. There's something missing. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's something that is inhuman. behind it. You can just feel it. Because when a piece of art is made by a human being, there's something about his humanity that's in there. I can't even say what it is. But when it's AI generated, number one, it can't get away from the symmetry. There's a lot of symmetry going on, composition-wise, the human character-wise. There's a lot of symmetry, which is kind of dead. It's like kind of dead. I don't know. But I don't know what's going to happen. But so far, I think it's lacking what makes us human.
And that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Like, are you looking forward that maybe one day AI will replace completely, like people will just like, well, wow, that was a nice artwork. What prompts did you write? I mean, are you excited to see that? Like,
I personally am not, of course. I mean, you draw, I draw, and people who actually draw with their hands, nobody wants to see that coming. And they're like, yeah, my skill with my hands with the pen doesn't matter anymore because we can just type words and
oh man, is easier.
Not looking forward to that. But then I also think that a good piece of AI art, even there's a good director behind it.
That's right.
And the director
do you encourage people to start learning art, or they should just give up and just
learn prompts,
learn how to do prompts and pay for a subscription?
Oh
and
man.
Stuff?
I think people should still do art because, as I said, art is therapeutic. Something you do with your hands, something that's tangible, is therapeutic. It makes you human. It makes you learn an actual craft, right?
That's right.
So it's like right now people like self-driving cars, but one day if the self-driving cars are out of battery, can you fix a car? Can you survive? Right. That's the difference between, I know how to type words, but when it actually comes to drawing something, you don't have the skills to do it. You're like, where's the keyboard? There's no keyboard. There's a pen and there's paint. How about that? What are you going to do? That's one thing. And number two, I think the more AI is dominant, the more valuable human-made art is going to be. It's going to be like a collector's market.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're like, this is, you painted this? You did it with your own hands? How much do you sell it for? Because I am so tired of computer-generated stuff.
That's right.
I want to collect this.
That's right.
Yeah, I can actually feel the paint.
It's instant, just like instant art. So you want to see something that somebody, there's a story behind it. This person maybe works, maybe had some trauma or something, something happened to him. And according to that, he started doing this art. So there's a story behind it, you know? So for example, the Mona Lisa or something, everybody knows about it. So the guy actually didn't know the lady that he was drawing, so he started drawing himself, something like that. Yeah. So like this is a story behind it. I know I'm just maybe a terrible example, but yeah, you get the idea, you know? So there's a story behind it. There's a story, there's an idea behind it. There's and like you mentioned that people, they should try and stuff like that. And actually it's really sad to see people like consuming this content so much, and they forgot how to socialize. They forgot how to talk. Sometimes you talk to someone and just gets so awkward because this person doesn't really talk to people. He forgot completely how to talk to people.
Man, that's a very deep question that could go somewhere like really tough because I can't help but think about the students that I have. But even with the college kids, I mean, because their world is the internet, AI, and then there's what do you call it, catchphrases that are just trendy, like fire and all those kinds of internet language. And you see in your students and you see in a lot of the younger people that they're lacking the linguistic skills to talk to people. They only use internet words to talk to people.
That's right.
And when they look at art, they can't really tell the difference of what's real art and what's AI. They don't really care about the difference anymore. So it's part of it is starting to become like dumbified chemical. I don't know, not mechanical. I don't know what, but also at the same time, you see, with the internet also comes a lot of information. It all depends on what the kid is focused on.
That's right.
There's also a lot of cool kids going on. Artistic, cool kids. And they're cooler than when we were at the same age.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of really cool kids. And when I was like 15, I was dumb. And then there's 15-year-olds that are doing their stuff, and then they're super sharp. I still think the intent matters. How they use the internet, what they focus on.
That's right.
You can use the internet to watch porn all the time. Or you can learn how to draw. It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It needs maybe some guidance, somebody to guide them, somebody to.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I will share a little bit from my story. Like, when we bought a computer, it was a really like it was too late for us when we got computer at home. We're not from a poor family, and my sister bought the computer because she needed it for her study and stuff like that. So we had the computer, great, but we didn't have internet. So we have like a I don't know what the heck they call it. Like you need to, how to say, recharge it every time. You need to pay 100 something like that, and you get like 1 month something like that, and then it stops. So we didn't always have internet. So what made me do is like I started like, how can I? But this is so boring. There's nothing,
Yeah.
There's only this paint, calculator, and nothing.
Yeah.
So I started like thinking about how can I make a game.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, can I make a game on this computer? How they make a game? Yes, I see one on internet, but how did they make that one? I want to make it too. So I started digging, like, how can I learn that? And I realized, there is a language, there's a programming language that you need to type, you need to write the codes and stuff like that, and start like, and I started there is code. How can I do the code? There's actually logic. There's different type of languages, programming languages.
Yeah.
So I started digging. I turned that boring computer into something special. I used I don't know if CMD, I don't know if you know this, commands and stuff like that.
Right.
I made that to make games. I mean, it was just that it was very interesting. Like when I look at it now, it's just very interesting.
You're like,
I needed something.
Yeah.
So that pushed me to create something.
Right. That's really cool. Like what you're doing is really cool, and I understand that to quite an extent, even though it's different art that we're doing.
Yeah.
You're more like computer tech oriented, and I'm more by hand. But we have the same starting point, which is lack of option.
Exactly.
We had a lack of option, and so we had to make do to problem solve. And during that problem solving, creativity was made.
That's right.
And now the kids have the opposite problem.
That's right.
They have millions and billions of options, and they are just dumbfounded.
That's right.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with their time and all these options anymore. So
too many options.
They just started to doomsday scrolling. That's what they call it.
And I think I heard this before. I found it on internet, but I would like to share it with you. Like same what some restaurants they do. They don't actually give you too many options. Like McDonald's. When you go to McDonald's, do you think they don't know how to make noodles? Do you think they don't know how to make hot pot? They know how. They can hire someone. They're so rich, but they don't.
Yeah.
They put burgers.
Right.
So when you enter there, you already know that you're gonna order burgers.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't give you. You don't need to stand there wait for a long time scrolling the options.
Right.
They give you limited options. So we order faster, and you're there to eat that. So eat it. That's simple. I'm not gonna change everything for you, but that's what it is. Like it's that's when you have too many options, it's not necessarily a good thing, right?
It's not a good thing, and especially when you bring up the restaurants or maybe art, anything that's related. Limited option means that you can actually get better at those options. If this is what you do,
right.
I can't tell people to say, hey, are you an artist? Can you draw me a QQ or a WeChat profile? I was like, yeah, I can, but I'm not gonna do that. This is what I do. I do murals. I do this. I do that because I want to hone my craft in those directions. I'm not gonna draw you a WeChat profile.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what I'm good at. That's what I'm gonna get better at. And these are the options you have. And if you cover everything, then you are valueless. You can be paid very little to do whatever the other people want. And it's the same thing with options. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And also you should, it's a way of expressing yourself.
Right.
So you want to express yourself the way you want, right?
It's your identity.
It's your identity. Yeah. You might do gigs, something like that, but that's not maybe the priority that you have, right?
Yeah.
Back to offline and online things. Like, as we said, like we see people now, they spend so much time on internet and stuff like that. Probably they're watching this video too on internet, obviously not offline. But yeah, you got the idea. The idea is like people, it's okay to use the internet. You should use it, right? You should know how to use it at least.
Yeah.
But you don't forget that there is offline world that may be more interesting. And one of the things that how we met actually through comedy, right? Through JokeUp comedy.